Hello, everybody, and thank you for coming, and welcome to session 32 of Changeling the Lost, second edition, Viva Lost Vegas. Before we dive in, the usual announcements. There is currently a crowdfunding campaign going on for the Abyssal's core book for Exalted. If you're interested, here is a link to the Indiegogo campaign in chat. There will also be a new tasty bit for Trinity Continuum Adventure, Laboratory of the Diabolical Doctor, that is hitting this Wednesday, I believe. That said, let's go ahead and hop on in and go through the party's downtime. Today is Sunday, December 12th, 2021. It's been 3 days since the Motley convened. What have you been doing during your downtime? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. So a couple weeks back, we discovered that the Alexandrian's rooftop bar is currently going through some troubles. So I decided that I'm going to try and knock them literally off their perch. Um, I I got in touch with my high roller contacts and used them to meet up with the owners and management of the Alexandrian, making a good impression. It seemed to go pretty well. And then I went and talked to my friends, Madam Anybody and the Spring King, the leader of a giant spy ring and a incredibly influential artist and head of the Spring Court, to help me cause an embarrassing incident at the Alexandrian Casino's rooftop bar, which we will be arranging next week. So, the road to 5 resources is finally coming to an end, everyone. It's been a long way, but we're getting there. Lastly, I dropped Kenzie off at Will's place, made my greetings, and used the Spring Mantle Blessing. This specific one allows me to remove a clarity-based condition from somebody and replace it with a beneficial condition of my choice. So I removed Will's paranoia for the day and replaced it with informed, Kenzie's recent successes. I figured that would help.
I can go next.
Yep.
So, to no one's surprise, I spent time with Will in court. It wasn't doing much, but I was opening doors for social combat with the goal of getting Will to open up and take his meds, via way of just being a good friend and listening. And the first 2 days, I opened a couple of doors, and then the third day, when Elliot dropped me off, I used a new contract I picked up called Fortifying Presence, and ended up clearing one of his severe clarity damage, which lowered doors, and I ended up succeeding in opening his doors. And the impassioned pleading at the meeting and the use of contract pay off. It's clear that Will did not sleep last night. That was because of our nightmare. And with your recent insistence, is willing to admit that it's likely his condition. He took his meds in front of me, and in order to prove that it was done, and even let me examine the bottle and its contents for additional assurance. So Will is back on his meds after my day actions.
And thanks to how well you spent on that contract, you counted as one of his touchstones for the purposes of that day, which probably helped with some more of his clarity damage. Good shit.
Word.
Alrighty. Who next?
So I had a pretty straightforward time of things. I did what I do best and spent 3 days in the hedge investigating the Lord of Tales. And I made a lot of headway on that. Matter of fact, I believe I found an interesting location that it looks like a combination of the Grand Library and a mausoleum. Um, that it, and it had a title on the building or a placard or something that it calls it the Dread Stacks, deep in the sticks of the hedge. So, um, but that took tracking that down took all three of my day actions.
Awesome.
Alrighty. Since we've covered everyone's downtime, let's go ahead and hop on in. Again, today is Sunday, December 12th, 2021. Where are you and what are you currently doing?
Uh,
What?
what do we want to meet up at the court to see if the vibe has changed after Will's had a little recovery time, or do we want to just head straight there?
I'm down to check on Will.
Yeah. I'll say I'm already at the freehold. I'm talking to Minerva about what I was able to find.
Sounds like a plan.
I've got Bob with me, and I am also at court.
I am making drinks and keeping my ears open, seeing what people are noticing, and keeping an eye on how people are behaving.
Or
All right. So, checking out the freehold after the discussion with Will, it definitely feels as though some amount of tension has left the room. It seems that the other monarchs can tell that Will is in a better frame of mind from the way he's acting. And that lack of tension on the dais has translated into a lack of tension amongst the general population of courtiers.
Awesome.
yep.
Sounds like we're doing a good job, guys.
All right. What did you guys want to accomplish anything while you're here, or were you just checking?
I'm gonna be real. I just wanted to make sure everything looked like we had done what we needed to do. If you want, I'd throw some rolls at it, but it sounds like we're good. And unless you want to go top up his clarity while we're here, I think we're pretty good.
I would like to just take a quick peek in on the Grimalkin and see how their combat training is going.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I'd like to see if Minerva has any insight on what I found.
Alrighty. So, regarding the Grimalkins and combat training, while cats are amazing hunters, Grimalkins aren't exactly built to be able to hold weaponry. This is in and of itself a little bit of a problem, but it seems like they are working to get over it by customizing a handful of firearms of smaller calibers for the Grimalkins to be able to hold them. Bob has been able to provide a few pointers since, despite being so small Grimalkin himself, he is familiar with using weapons made for humans.
We should talk to Kurt about seeing about cranking out some weapons that would work specifically for them.
I'll add that onto my day actions.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Um, yeah, this looks good. I and probably should also spend a day teaching them how to make Molotov cocktails because cats can throw objects as clearly as they can pick them up. And, well, nothing like a good bit of fire where the enemy doesn't want it to complicate things. All right.
And regarding Minerva, upon told about your discovery, Minerva is extremely interested. It's obvious to tell from the looks of her, from the way her feathers stand on end and her silvery eyes shimmer, that she is extremely excited to hear more about this.
You want to come with?
Party members, do you guys have something to say about that?
If you're okay covering for her, I mean, it'd be your responsibility anyways.
Yeah. And having someone who is specialized in archaeology out there, probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm a
She
little
saved our
worried she's
butts.
gonna die. Does she know there's a possibility that she might die?
Always.
Of all of the ones, though, she's the one who's good at adventure archaeology, so she's actually a pretty good fighter, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, here's her character sheet. Um, should anything happen beyond basic roles that are required, I'll ask you to take control of her in combat.
Okay, I got her pulled up.
All right.
Alrighty. So, are you ready to head on out?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's rock and roll.
All right. Considering where you're going, Kit, did
Mhm.
you not find a fairly reliable way?
But okay.
Uh, yeah, it's from a hedge gate. We need to go physically there.
To the yeah, at the the archives of University of Las Vegas, lead library.
Okay, so we need to get ourselves in there, and we need to get down to the archives. So that's some talking. And you want to know what? I'm good at that.
Word.
Um, so, let's get rockin' and rollin'. Right.
So the four of you are heading out to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas campus.
Yeah.
The lead library is a fairly new library, large and spacious, with a big semicircular glass roof. It's fairly late on a Sunday evening. The sun is going down, and while there are students here or there, um, there's not a whole lot about this late in the year. Finals are going to be hitting fairly soon, and then the kids will be going back home for Christmas break. That said, the security is fairly light here. No one says a thing as you walk in through the front door, getting only a nod from a bored student librarian who is messing around on their phone at the front desk. That's not to say getting down to the archives is going to be such a simple feat, though.
All right. Well, let's see if anyone's watching the doors. Because if we can just pass through the doors, I imagine I have no need to do much. But if we have to get brought down there, that's going to be on me. So let's go find the path down. It looks like you went there.
Hmm?
So why don't you check out the path you took, and we'll see if there's any obstructions on the way.
Yeah, so I'll head down to the archives and see if there's anything obstructing our path.
And we'll deal with that.
All right, roll perception kit.
Alrighty, but let's composure of the and I believe I get 8 again with the random square. Ooh, 2 successes.
Well, that's still successful.
Yep.
The way down into the basement archives isn't watched. You do note that there is a security camera nearby, and poking through the door, you can hear the footsteps and see a flashlight shining. More than likely, a security guard is down there.
All
Okay.
right. None of us immediately scream student, as far as I'm aware. You guys look especially young, because
I mean, yes.
wonderful. Um, I need you to go and annoy this man. I want you to make this man not want to talk to you. I don't think there has ever been a thing that you were more prepared for in your life. All you need to do is be very confused about how to get to the stacks and not understand any explanation he's making, and he will eventually just take you there to get rid of you.
All right. I walk up to the security guard and tap him on the shoulder. I'm very quiet. Uh, and when he turns around, I ask him how to get to the stacks.
All right, the stairs are decently lit. You head down into the basement archives. Uh, the doors aren't closed or locked or anything. It's not that late yet, but the security guard is out and about as the archive and the stacks are not places that a lot of students go. The security guard appears to be a mildly overweight man in his mid 50s with salt and pepper hair and a mustache that you could use to brush a cat's fur. Uh, upon being asked to direct you to the stacks, um, he begins looking at you in suspicion. He says, "Sure, ma'am. Can I see your student ID, please?"
Can I do dexterity plus subterfuge
To do what?
to flash him my ID that looks like a student ID?
Like your driver's license?
Or my Costco card?
I think that would be more of manipulation plus subterfuge.
Okay, that's fine by me.
All right, make
Remember,
your
you're
rolls.
wearing clothes, and you look pretty.
Five successes.
You let the security guard see a quick flash of one of the cards in your wallet. He doesn't seem to look particularly closely, and the fact that you're willing to show him anything seems to be enough. He nods and directs you to the area that you would need to go before heading off to further inspect other areas of the basement.
All right. Well, you're in, and he's walking away from you. The moment he's far enough away, message us, and we'll come join you.
I do that.
We walk in, and they open the door for us.
Alrighty. Well, congratulations. You have all made it down to the basement archives of the lead library. What next?
Well, I believe we have a key to a hedge gate down here. So,
Kit?
if you're talking, Kit, you have been muted.
Yep. So away we go.
Alrighty. Once the security guard is far enough away that they can't see anything, the four of you slit through the hedge gate and into the deep thorns of the hedge. After a moment or two of pushing past wild tangles of glass vines, the four of you see the building that Kit had previously discovered. It's a large, intimidating building where the Grand Library is mostly glass and wood. This building, while definitely styled after it, is mostly cold gray granite. The only things decorating it are beyond that are the glass vines of the hedge and what look like decades worth of dust and dirt. The large front doors that Kit had seen on his previous expedition are visible. Everyone, please roll perception.
Oh, my favorite. And remember, +2 if you've got all your clarity.
Oh, I completely. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay.
2 successes.
Yeah, I only got 2 successes as well.
And make sure to roll for Minerva.
Yeah, my apologies.
Oh, can I roll for
Bob?
Bob?
That is definitely a thing a bodyguard would do.
Be my guest.
It turns out the cat
Bob
is
gets
better
3.
than all of us.
Yeah, the dice just aren't liking me today.
We're having a real Valve kind of a night. Just stopping it too.
Word.
Well, 2 is a success. So, as you walk around the area and check out the building, Bob hisses to Lexi. Bob hisses to Kinsey, sorry, regarding a noise. upon stopping to listen, the whole group of you can hear uh, a sound like something grinding against stone slowly, carefully.
Ah. I think the sooner we are in here and find what we're looking for, and we're out of here, the better. Could I recommend something?
Yep.
Vigilance of Ares?
Yep, popping it.
All right, and just to remind anybody uh, who doesn't have access to the book, uh, or
Vigilance of Ares is a spring court contract that Kenzie was able to pick up because they made really good friends with. Sorry, summer court contract they made up because they made really good friends with the summer court. You spend a glamour, and for the scene, you are automatically detecting ambushes, hidden traps, and surprise attacks. You gain a bonus to initiative equal to your mantle rating, which is, I believe, 3 effectively. So, yeah, basically means that if we get ambushed, at least one of us won't be completely surprised. Meanwhile, I'm going to pop a piece of glass into my mouth and get my armor up.
Okay. And I'm going to pull out my rifle and be wary. Let's see here. Done.
All right, so let's get this door open. I think you mentioned there was a big ol' lock on it.
Give me a sec. Yes. Was there a lock? Um. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't remember reading anything about a lock. Kenny, is there a lock?
You're able to dust off the massive granite sign above the thoroughly locked door and read the building's title.
Oh, thoroughly locked. Okay, my apologies.
So,
Um,
let's try and get inside.
yeah.
bear with me just a moment. My headset battery is telling me it needs to be changed.
So,
Okay.
well, Kenny's working on that. Let's have a quick talk about what the plans for the evening are and where we're at. So, we are going here into the Dread Stacks because we're looking into the frailties of our true Fey captor, the Lord of Tales.
Yep.
This is the result of a massive investigation by the incredibly capable Kit Cotton. Kit Cotton, everybody. Um, with that, we are going to have to go in there with the help of our adventure archaeologist friend, Minerva. Magistra Minerva Noctua. My brain fucking glitched there. Who is an incredibly capable friend of ours who's been helping us with a lot of adventures through the hedge.
Yep.
And now we're going to be politely asking our very capable thief, ne'er do well, and general chaos monger Kenzie to help us get through this door.
You mean I get to lockpick the door?
I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know how else we could get this door open. Well, I can think of one way, but it'll take way longer and be a lot louder. And I've been told I'm not allowed to write explosives down on my characters anymore after the last time.
Kenny, can I lockpick the door?
You can certainly make an attempt. Looking at the door, the doors of this building are wooden, but the wood is so old it appears to have petrified. Um, it has several locks on it of various sorts, padlocks, internal locks, um, and a few others. It will certainly be possible to lockpick your way in, but it will not be easy. You'll be rolling larceny at a -3.
Okay. Dexterity plus larceny, I'm assuming?
Yep.
And both of you turn your backs.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
Kenny, does this make me unseen?
The vigilance of Ares tells you that no, you are not unseen.
Okay.
All right. Well, in that case, is this beyond the magical nature of where we are, just standard lock picking that we are doing here?
That it would be.
All right, then I'm going to hold a flashlight and offer what pointers I can as I assist. Two successes. Gets you down to effectively a -1.
All right, everybody, hydrate. Thank you, Rose.
Thank you, Rosie.
Four successes.
Kinsey is able to go through the various locks on the door. After several moments of picking, finally the last door is open. And at that point, Kenzie feels a warm breath on the back of her neck.
There's
That's
a
your
warm
vigilant
breath on the
Ares.
back of my neck.
Okay. I draw my bow and look around trying to find the source of the threat, or is it obvious?
Ares of the Ares didn't pop.
No, it just popped.
Oh.
Yeah, I specifically said this is your vigilance of Ares telling you that something is here.
Okay, my
So
apologies.
we are now in danger.
As Elliot turns around, he finds himself eye to enormous eye with a green-blue serpent that it would easily be twice as tall as the building if it were standing upright. Um, Great curved horns are atop its head, going down across its back where it's spiked. It gently sticks out its tongue, lashing at the air in front of it. May I ask why you're trying to get into my nest? It says.
Oh, I do apologize. I didn't know you lived here. The previous tenant we think might have left a few things here, and we were just trying to see if we could find them.
Roll manipulation plus subterfuge at a -5.
May I assist?
Sure.
Thank you. This is not my strong suit, but we'll get there. You said -5?
Yes.
Whew.
5
Sure.
successes.
Should I let you do the talking? All right. Well, 2 successes.
The serpent looks at the 4 of you in turn, tasting the air carefully with its tongue. Left behind, you say? Sounds valuable. I would be willing to discuss a trade.
I am all ears.
The snake looks at the 4 of you again before uh, the corners of its mouth turn ever so slightly upward. I was in the midst of hunting for my supper when I heard the 4 of you breaking into my nest.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
I
would
didn't.
be happy to let you in
How
if
big
one of you volunteers to be supper.
I think I
how
could
big
off.
did, how big did you say this thing was?
Looking at the creature,
Hmm.
let's see. Give me a moment to pull up the size chart. I had did not have the basic Chronicles of Darkness uh,
Um,
book open.
I don't really care about like mechanically how big it is, just compared to us.
That's why I'm looking up the size chart.
Oh,
Okay.
okay,
He's
Please
got
give
the
me a minute.
size number. He doesn't have the size
gotcha.
scale.
Okay,
So, order of operations. We try and sell it on the food that we already have. I think we have some very delectable food just on the other side of a doorway. Option number 2, we set ourselves up for tricking it and get the initiative in combat. Option number 3, somebody thinks of something smarter than I have.
I got I got a couple ideas.
Looking at it roughly,
Mhm.
um, it's about 1/4 the girth, but a full amount of the length of a semi truck and trailer.
Okay,
That's a lot of snake.
well, last night. Okay,
And here we
well,
are with Indiana Jones.
I'm I'm sorry. Can what did you say your name was? Or at least something I can call you?
The serpent rears up slightly. Uh, it closes its eyes and puffs out part of its torso as though it were puffing at its chest. You stand before the mighty Lindworm, king of all serpents.
Okay, Lindor.
That's a
Okay,
big deal.
I like to. Can I? I'd like to make a counter offer, if you don't mind.
You see,
At the,
sorry.
at the mention of the Lindworm, uh, you can hear Minerva hoot quietly to herself. She pulls out one of her books and begins looking through it.
Kenzie bows.
I also bow. Uh, My, I should have recognized you. The mighty Lindworm, of course. None else could be so majestic.
It does not matter.
You're in the middle of conversation. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah. So, first, before we get to business, I'd like to apologize for not being aware of your identity. That was a mistake on my part. But I do have a deal that I think would be more beneficial to you in the long term than eating one of us. I have been uh, cultivating a herd of cattle. I'm quite the population, and for for the right deal, I would be willing to say weekly up weekly sacrifices to your greatness.
The serpent uh, the serpent seemed mollified by the bows of the party. It brings its head down so it can look at you at the eye level. You would offer to feed me weekly?
You've seen the cattle that roams these areas, yes?
Yes, of course.
On a week.
And not just any cattle. These are ones raised and bred carefully to be the tastiest, fattest, best cared for cattle you've ever seen.
Custom selected fruits and diet in order to influence subtleties in flavor, encourage uh, encourage the fat to encourage fat to be produced. These are cattle that have never had to work a day in their life, not the gamey cattle that you'll come across in the wild. Succulent, juicy meats.
It melts in your mouth, falling apart on your tongue.
And each week you would get the first of them.
In fact,
Roll presence plus persuasion at a -5, please.
May I assist?
may I assist? This seems
Sure.
like a mundane negotiation. Like, just straight up.
Mhm. Okay, come here. Sorry. There's a boy.
Hello, beautiful cat.
3 from me.
Okay.
3 from me.
All right. And what did you say the dice pool was?
Presence plus persuasion.
Okay, so that is
At effectively +1.
Don't forget you're wearing clothes.
yep. So it's 3. Let's see here. Um,
So we're gonna try and talk this guy into moving, right?
Oh no, we're gonna we're gonna see if we can get him to guard the place so we can come and go as we please.
Oh, even better. Yeah, we want to keep him here.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't know if you were trying to upgrade the security around the ranch.
We could do that too. Okay. It's 3, 8, 9. 3 successes.
The hobgoblin appears to pause for a moment, thinking it over. Little changeling, it says, I am the lindworm, king of the serpents. What's stopping me from eating the four of you and then going to gorge myself on your herd?
Do you know where they are?
Do you have the skills to cultivate them as I have?
They will eventually simply disappear, the way that would go.
Do you want to go through the effort of having to hunt every week when you could just be given a meal?
The serpent pauses to consider again. You said these were fine cattle, correct?
The finest.
They're My cattle are very sought after. Just a mere slice of the meat from one of them is an untold fortune at the goblin market. And I'm offering you an entire cow.
Do I have permission to do a thing?
Whatever you want to do.
Kenny, I'd like to roll manipulation plus empathy to give this snake a steak from our stockpile so they can have a taste.
I think that's a great idea.
All right, make the roll. At this point, make it at a -3.
Would you like assistance?
Always.
That was, what did you say? Manipulation plus what?
Empathy.
Empathy. Boy, we're picking all my bad dice tonight, but that's okay.
Would you like to borrow mine for the night?
Not right now. I'm sure that we're going to have another important roll coming up soon. And I want to not die
Valid.
then.
At a -3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, that didn't happen. I like that version more.
Alrighty.
+6, Lex.
9 successes.
Nice.
All
Marking
right.
off a willpower.
Walk us through what you're saying and doing here.
Your Majesty, we even came prepared with a sample. Something to truly test your to truly not test. Hold on. I would have been much smoother than that in character. Um, Something to truly please your palate. Just to show you that we're serious. And Kenzie pulls a steak out of her bag.
The serpent grabs the steak with its tongue and it swallows it whole. It takes a moment to think. My, that is exquisite.
A flavor that will only improve with time.
But it is also quite small.
Oh.
This will not do for tonight's supper.
We can get you a whole cow for tonight's supper. This was just a taste.
A show of good faith.
Swear it on the weird, little changelings, for if I do not get my due, I shall feast on the 3 of you, the 4 of you.
I do so swear.
I spend the glamour and bind it on the weird.
Yep.
It'll be Kit who needs to make the pledge. This, you don't own any cattle. Elliot?
In exchange for one cattle of your choice a week, we are able to come and go and investigate this location with
Under your protection.
under your protection.
Make a make one last presence plus persuasion roll at a -3 instead of -5.
All right.
And and this and this this protection extends to not just my motley, but to those
you bring
accompany those that are accompanying me.
Okay, persuasion.
I rolled to assist.
You said -3?
Mm-hmm.
All right. +2. Sorry. Can't get
That's
them all.
okay. +4 from me.
Okay, so plus
6.
Plus
+3
6.
from your clothes.
Okay. Let's start.
Do you want to borrow my persuasion?
Not yet. Not yet. I'm just mathing.
The good old methamphetamines.
2 successes.
The lindworm nods its great head. You have a deal, little changelings. But should you break our promise, I will eat the 4 of you, no matter how far I might have to travel to find you.
Um, with as soon as the deal is sealed, I take some paper and pencil out of my out of my pockets, uh, jot down a quick note, and hold it up, and have my bird take it to the um,
The
to
ranch.
the ranch.
Yeah, he can go fetch a cow and bring it back here. It's a big old bird.
I, the Yeah, or I could have uh one of my employees bring it.
Either way.
Yeah.
Uh, the pledge sealed. Kit watches as a ribbon appears and ties itself around his finger. The lindworm, satisfied, slinks off to the side and curls up. Ah, the snake, all curled up like this, is still roughly the size of a postal truck. You may go in and out as you please tonight, but if I do not receive that cow by the time you leave, I will be cross.
Well, I've already sent a messenger off to start getting it on its way here and head inside.
The doors are very heavy. The Lindworm watches in interest as as the four of you push your way inside. Once on the other side, with the door closed, Minerva finally stops quietly hooting to herself and says, "That hobgoblin. It does match the description of a Lindworm. Do not be taken for a fool. There are more than one, but they are quite strong. This is quite potentially the one of the better ways you could have handled it."
I would
Yeah.
prefer to have it covering our backs than trying to cover my back against it. And tonight we are under its protection, so hopefully that should make this evening relatively straightforward.
I'll be back in a moment. I apologize.
So that went a lot better than I figured it would.
I figured
Same.
this was probably going to be our negotiation, but it went way better than I thought it should. And also, I didn't like plan B, which was keep plan A going until we can't see it going any better and use that as an opportunity to get a full surprise round before it starts fighting.
Yeah.
I mean, Kenzie was ready for Plan C.
What
Get on
was
punch.
plan C?
Plan C was offer Kenzie up and let her slice her way out of the throat.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that does sound pretty Kenzie. You yeah. Also, the fact that we had a very expensive noble with us. I'm very glad that we are not worrying about their safety yet. We have done very good at not getting anyone who isn't us severely injured for the last two for this and the last season before it. We only did that the one time in the first season.
Yep.
To be fair, the alternative was dying.
Yeah, that was a rough day.
Yeah. Um, and I managed to make we managed to make another decent ally.
Hey man, if this place is important, having the Lindworm guaranteeing our safety while we're inside, that seems pretty good. Well,
Yeah.
because I think it will hold up for at least a round or so while we are getting our shit out the door and the Lord of Tales is ripping it apart. Its word is bound as much as we are. That's the fun thing about negotiating with Hobbes, is that promises are physical objects. Breaking them is really, really hard and very bad on them.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Pretty sure I stepped and cleared my big friend a hobgoal for today.
Hoorah.
Nice.
Yeah, thank God Leo is sturdy. I'm so glad he got out of that relatively okay. That's part of the reason why I've picked up a healing contract on Elliot, so that he can patch up anybody who gets a little hurt in our presence.
Yeah.
Most of the people who've gotten hurt now have either been us or people who got hurt off screen. And there's only so much I can do, guys.
I think the last person that got injured because of us was Madam Anybody. But
That wasn't our fault.
it wasn't our fault, but our actions definitely led to it.
In the sense that everything is happening because of us. I'm just saying I did not cause that poisoning, and I refuse to accept the idea it was my fault.
Oh no, it's not your fault, but like our actions led to it. Very, very clearly.
Yeah, Kenzie having a great manipulation and me not has been probably my favorite part of being a face on this, is whenever we need to actually lie, I have to throw it over to Kenzie, because I can't lie for shit. I've got a 1 dot in subterfuge. I've got 2 dots in manipulation. I'm probably barely better than Kit is at lying.
No, you're still a lot better than I am.
Also, Kenny, you're muted.
How about now? Thank you for your patience.
There we go.
Much better.
Alrighty. So, within the building, this place is profoundly dark. There are no windows. Not a hint of light gets in from anywhere except the crack of the door. This is barely enough to see more than a couple of feet in front of you. And what it shows is a cold granite floor, like a tomb, stretching out past the edge of the light and into the darkness beyond. The only other thing you can see in this light beyond the floor are the 2 walls of the area that you, the antechamber that you have entered. One of which appears to have something engraved on it. You can only see a couple of the letters from here in this light.
All right. Well, I think that the thing to do is, actually, I've got a great idea. I am going to, I'm going to give a performance that lights up the room. Presence plus expression juggling.
Why
yes,
not?
obviously, hedge spinning. All of the hedge spinning right now.
All right, make your rolls.
All right.
Can I assist?
Sure.
Kenzie is just simply standing there making hands to show off Kit or Elliot.
Are you being my lovely assistant in this?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. That's wonderful. I deeply appreciate that. All right. I think that's as many bonuses as... Wow, that is a lot of extra dice. So this is going to be really nice.
You're doing a fabulous job of presenting um, presenting him to the weird.
So that's some hedge spinning. I believe that gives me 6 ranks to do with it.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to I'm going to just I believe there's one in subtle make a minor location changed or create a new localized terrain feature, whichever you want to do. For there is a source of light filling up this area, either like floating globes of light or maybe a luminescent fungus to fit the vibe. Just something that's going to light up this space now.
All right. The 2 of you participate in juggling your what do you have to juggle, actually?
I have several empty glass bottles. And anything in the box. If you want,
All right.
by the way, we need to add chainsaws to the box. Specifically, 3 chainsaws. Don't ask questions.
All right. The empty bottles are quite good for juggling. The two of you together perform a small routine. Uh, Minerva cocks her head to the side, hooting softly in confusion to herself until the end of the performance. Uh, from around you, you can hear the rustling of vines and branches, um, and it sounds almost like clapping. Almost. A dim silver light pours into the glass. This liquid light is in the bottle, slopping around an inch or two at the bottom.
Wonderful. I pass these around to everybody, so we now have a far more interesting torch than simply starting something on fire would be. I'm very proud of myself. Let's go take a look at what was written on that thing we couldn't read.
The light uh, reveals the walls of the antechamber to you. Uh, the right wall is blank, merely cold granite stone, but the left wall is deeply carved. Um, in block letters, each as big as your head, and each appeared to be carved as deep as your arm into the stone.
Hydrate.
You hydrate. Thank you, Void.
Thank you, Void, both for the hydrate and for the chips.
There is written a message. In deference to my obligations, I dedicate the dread stacks. Here may be preserved those books that no one may ever read. To destroy a book is anathema, and so these chambers are banished from my grand library until the day the sun sets in the east.
Okay, are we allowed to ken in the hedge? I think we are.
I think it's gonna ping everything, doesn't it?
It probably would ping just about everything, but if you're looking for something somewhat more magical, that might give you an idea.
I just
I
want to know if these are, like every other book this motherfucker handles, people's souls. I guess, could I identify these as an icon in some way, shape, or form? Oh, wait, we've got an occultist with us, don't we?
got two.
Yeah, could our occultist look at some of these books and see if they are books or books?
Yeah.
Intelligence plus occult.
Okay.
That
I
looks
am.
like an incredible roll for Minerva Noctua.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and assist Minerva.
Can I also assist?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I don't actually. I have. No, this is not a mundane roll at all. This is not a mundane roll.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to roll, you could. There's not. You can't actually make it worse unless you like did a dramatic failure.
Okay. So there's my roll. So that's 6 from me, and looks like 1 from Kinsey. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
That's 17 on Minerva.
Okay, and yeah, so that's 10 base plus 7 plus mantle, so 20. Six successes.
Well, that's still an exceptional success.
Yeah.
Taking a few first steps deeper into the building, you can see large stone bookshelves, row upon row. They hold books that look fresh, books that look ancient, scrolls, clay tablets, parchments, animal skins. Minerva pulls a few things off the shelves, looking over them. While she does that, the three of you take a quick look around. Most of this place appears to be intact, startlingly so. However, there is a path that has been carved through the bookshelves, uh, with pieces of stone shelf and the contents within laying strewn about the ground. A path about the size of a large truck, likely where the lindworm had made its path to the center of its nest. After a few moments of reading the books, Minerva hoots quietly to herself and puts them down. Some of these are definitely made from parts of human souls, but not all of them, she says. Some of them don't even appear to be uh, all that special in terms of books. There's a few almanacs, some penny dreadfuls. This was Stephen King.
Well, no wonder it needed to be sealed away.
Okay.
Okay. So, um, I'm going to grab one of the identified not an icon books and put it in my bag for safekeeping, just in case there is something peculiar about this for me to fuck with later. But we don't have time for me to read an entire Stephen King novel right here.
So I have a funny idea. I would like to um so from in the uh in the box, I have listed a power tester. I would like to pull this outlet tester out and use it to test the power of the area and see if I can find where it's most concentrated.
I,
So,
I'm guessing you're hedge spinning.
yes. So, wits plus craft.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Would you like some help with that?
Sure.
I'm actually just good at Wits Plus Crafts. I'm not benefiting from my massive I can help people thing.
Hmm.
One from Kenzie.
Okay.
I would like to propose that this is just Kenzie going, that way.
+5.
So that's gonna be 8.
And remember your reroll 9.
Yeah. 8, 9. Sorry, hold on a sec. 8, 9, 14. And you know what? No. And then 7 successes.
Jesus.
Well, that's certainly an exceptional success. Uh,
So what are you trying to do with your head spinning, boss?
Okay. So, sorry, I don't have the hedge spinning stuff bookmarked.
206 and 204.
206, you said?
Yeah, you're probably going to want the stuff from 206. Um, I think 6 hits us pretty neatly, and you can afford it. Learn which direction to travel in to reach a stated location type or specific location that's deliberately concealed or mystically protected.
Yeah.
The core of this place,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah, I was looking for the like the place with the most magical heft to it, and that sounds like a stated location or a specific locations. Yeah, that seems to fit the bill.
And this definitely feels mystically protected.
Right. So, is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
All right. And can you read out that particular effect?
Learn which direction to travel to reach a stated location type or specific location that's deliberately concealed or mystically protected. Uh, like a specific dreamer's bastion or an exit to a maze, but not how to navigate what's in between. If if another character's magic conceals or protects the location, the changeling must win a clash of wills.
All right, then. Considering what's going on here, let's do that clash of wills.
Fuck.
Yeah, I saw it
It's
coming.
concealed by another changeling?
It's
No,
concealed by the
character.
Lord of fucking Tales.
Yeah,
Right,
it's
but it specifically said changeling.
Another character.
another
Ah.
character. Yeah.
Right, bear with me just a moment.
Mhm.
Let's see, clash of wills 126.
26.
That's gonna be your weird plus associated finesse stat. Feels like wits here, but
Yeah.
Going to assume I can't assist on this one.
Yeah, no assistance on this one.
Does my mantle come and my title great investigator
entitlement.
entitlement come into play here?
Do you have anything that would give you a bonus on clash of wills? It is weird plus finesse attribute.
I don't believe so.
Then no.
Okay. It's worth a shot.
Alrighty,
Whenever you're ready.
go ahead and roll. I have mine queued up.
Okay. I got 3. Mm,
Yeah, no.
can I spend
You
a
have
little time to reroll that? Or is it too late?
Sure, go ahead and reroll.
Okay.
You need to get above a 7.
No,
No.
not happening.
Would you
Okay.
like to take a beat and make this a dramatic failure?
Are you trying to get us killed?
Not this time.
So, Kit takes a power tester and begins attempting to plug it into any protrusions he may find in the stone shelves. Eventually, he finds something that he can insert into the power tester. He feels an unbearable weight of will come down upon him like an anvil. Kit, you are physically knocked to the ground. You don't take any damage. But when you get back up, you do find laying on the floor under the power tester a small piece of parchment upon which has been scribbled a rough diagram of the dread stacks. The ink is still fresh.
Boy, this sure feels like a trap, but we don't have anything else to go on.
You're muted, Tib.
Well, we've learned a couple things here.
To quote Minerva, perhaps at this very moment, hoot. Let's go.
Yeah. So, definitely was it. So got a little bit of a rough map here, but also almost just as importantly, there's a portion of this location that is being actively hidden by the Lord of Tales.
So,
So let's see if we can find it.
let's go.
Oh my god, can I please roll?
For what?
Wits plus streetwise with my specialty in hidden places.
Sure.
Yeah, you've got the map. You would know the kind of place something could be hidden in this structure.
Yeah, I pass Kinsey the map.
Four successes.
Kinsey looks over the diagram of the building. The dread stacks are divided roughly into thirds. One section being labeled as fiction, one is non-fiction, and the third as legal. Kinsey looks at the map, and in the legal section, there is a large blank area to the northeast.
Hi, guys.
Enzi pokes the map and says, I'm pretty sure it's there.
Well, let's head for the legal section then.
Oh yeah.
Being that I'm covered in armor, we're in a dangerous place, and we just set off the proverbial alarm, I'm going to take the front position. Kenzie, would you mind holding up the rear?
Sure thing.
Because if something's going to attack us from behind, well, at least somebody who's going to see it coming should be there.
Elliot, Kinsey,
Yeah?
I have a fun idea, and I want to know how much of a bad idea it is.
I love hearing that at the start of a proposal. One of my favorite things.
Minerva, I'd like your input too, if you don't mind.
Of
Um,
course.
I have real short of it. We're about to be passing by a whole lot of books and documents,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a bag that opens to my home to the ranch. Do we just want to walk by and just start dropping everything in? We can sort through it later.
Um, did you negotiate specifically the right to take anything you wanted from the Lindworm?
No.
I think that we can probably get away with a handful of small items here and there because it doesn't seem to care much about the books. But if you're going to field strip this place, I think it's going to have a couple of questions.
Okay.
You can, of course, walk 10 feet back there and go negotiate that separately, but I think we've pushed our luck for the evening.
All right. So
And
we'll
if we
take
need to
some.
raid this place, we'll come back with knives.
Yeah. All right. Well. So yeah. So we'll take some notable books. I mean, if you see an icon of Napoleon Dynamite or Napoleon Bonaparte,
Napoleon Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Yes, his icon. It's gonna be in here. I'll find it.
that was a Tibbs misspeaking, not Kit. But yeah, if we see an icon of Napoleon Bonaparte, we'll snag that or something. But uh, yeah, I guess we'll keep it limited.
All right. Well, there's two places I want to check out. Question: being that we have this map and we also have the obvious direction the Lindworm travels in, where relative to where we're going is the center of the Lindworm's nest here?
The building is a large square. Uh, the the area that Kinsey found on the map is in the northeast corner. You do not know how far the path the Lindworm made goes in the building.
Well, what direction is it relative from us? Is it heading north, east, west, south?
The entrance is on the south wall,
And it's
so
going
this goes
north.
north.
So why don't we pass through the Lindworm's nest on the way there?
All right.
We have the run of the place, and it's going to be the other most interesting place here. Might be some corpses with interesting things on them.
Yeah, let's check it out.
All right. So there's a giant semi-sized hole in the world with a groove on it leading us to this place. I don't think it's going to take much locating.
The path that the Lindworm has carved through the dread stacks is extremely simple to find. It doesn't appear to have been at all gentle. Uh, there are areas where the stone shelves were broken and shattered, and areas where they were pulverized to sand. The books on the shelves have likewise been destroyed in those areas, rendered down to strips of paper and leather.
Did a great job taking care of all these books, huh?
In the center of the area, you find what must obviously be the Lindworm's nest. Um, it has carved out a circular section, roughly circular, um, that you would guess is about the size of a gas station parking lot. Uh, it is piled up uh, some of the books and scrolls, at least what you presume must have deemed the softer ones. Um, it doesn't seem to have crawled off anywhere else from this area. It simply went to the center to sleep and eat, and left from the same door. Here in its nest, uh, beyond the books it was sleeping on, you also see various bits and pieces of previous meals. Some bones here, uh, some torn scraps of clothing and armor there, the rotting head of a sphinx over in this on the side. In general, it doesn't smell very well either.
Well, want to take a quick investigation roll to see if there's anything of value here before we fuck off?
Yeah. Sounds good. Um,
I figure if there was going to be anywhere else interesting that would have something of value, it's where all the corpses got left.
all right. So, all right. So, wits plus investigation.
Yep.
Four successes.
All right. Bear with me a moment.
Thank you for the Team Kenzie Void.
That was it.
I was just thanking Void for his Team Kenzie in chat.
In and among the remains, you find a new-ish looking backpack carelessly tossed over to the side. A quick look inside shows a set of survival gear, a gas mask, and a bear trap.
Yoink.
All right, what next, everybody?
Well, we're already most of the way into the maze. Might as well cut northeast and head for the legal section.
Yeah.
Getting out of the lindworm's nest is slightly tricky. It had no regard for the shelves as it crawled through. Uh, Several of them are jammed sideways, making it difficult to get over them. Can I get a athletics roll, please?
Absolutely.
Dexterity or strength plus athletics?
Alrighty. Give me a sec.
Think I can make that happen for you.
From all of us, or
From anyone who might want to go forward. If some
Uh,
of you want to stay behind, no need.
Elliot passes with a solitary success.
okay.
4 successes for Kenzie.
For Kit, we have 4 successes, and for Minerva, we have uh, the-
Bob gets up with 2.
and Minerva has 3. So everybody succeeds.
It's slow going, but the group of you are able to get over the jammed shelves and back into the areas where the shelves are in rows that you can walk between again. So, further walking in the dark eventually takes you to the area in the northeast that you were looking for. While this area was blank on the diagram, here uh, you see a huge column going from floor to ceiling. Um, it's almost as thick around as the lindworm's nest, definitely large enough to contain a room. But it appears to be solid stone.
Well, there are 3 ways I can see to solve this problem. 1, find the arcane puzzle solution. 2, go at it with sledgehammers, and none of us has a strength score, I believe, above a 3. Or 3, magic bullshit our way through. Guys want to start with the puzzle, or are we skipping right to number 3?
Kenzie says, hold on. I saw this in a book once.
That is my 3rd favorite way for sentences to start.
She stands up, looks at the rock, and says, friend.
Don't you have to say that in Elvish?
Kenzie says friend in Elvish.
Nothing happens.
Fuck.
Minerva, I don't suppose you'd help us try and figure out what's the way past this little protrusion here. It seems an odd thing to include when there's nothing else like it.
Roll intelligence plus academics. You have her character sheet.
Yep. Uh, but there's that. This is actually something they're extraordinarily good at. Four successes.
Minerva hoots quietly to herself as she checks out the column. She holds the light aloft, where it shines silver on her feathers as she pokes at various areas of the stone. She makes her way slowly around the column until, after several minutes of waiting, she speaks up and says, Kit and friends, I believe I have found what you may have been looking for.
Yeah. What you got for us?
Making her way around the column, Minerva has found an area of the stone that she was able to pull apart, revealing a recessed door. This door has a huge ancient black metal lock right in the center.
All right. May I May I prepare something for you, Kenzie?
Please.
The thing is, I don't think your lockpicks come in this size. So we need some appropriately sized and magical lockpicks. So I think I'm going to go make those out of the debris that we've been strolling through today.
Head spinning.
Hedge spinning.
Would you like assistance?
Anybody who's got a wits plus crafts roll and is willing to throw in with me, I would appreciate it.
All right. Yeah, I got you.
I was tempted to find a way to involve alcohol in this creation, but honestly, the joke is not funny enough to be worth the extra bonus. However, because I will be making this out of Fey materials, it counts as an exceptional success at 3. Not sure if that will matter in any way, shape, or form.
I don't
Okay.
Bob
think
was
it really
unable to
does.
help.
So, 3 from Kit and 1 from Minerva.
And 1 from Kenzie.
All right. And with that, I want you to have the best shot you got at this. So we're going to do a little NEFO. So, I believe I can give you a maximum of a +5 on the equipment. Let me triple check that. But I believe that's the case. Hedge spinning. Alright, so give any character an equipment bonus and an extra roll equal to successes spent to a maximum of +5, representing the creating or fortuitously finding one of the 5 types of equipment on the fly. This is a very nice set of extremely specific lockpicks.
Alrighty. So, together, the group of you are able to craft from the debris in the hedge stuff around you a set of lock picks large enough to be used in this lock.
Okay, time to try him out. Dexterity plus larceny.
Yep.
At a -5, please.
So at a 0 with that equipment. I helped.
Well, at least it was able to handle the
Holy
penalty.
shit.
Kenzie is able to slowly make their way through the lock and pick it. With a sound like the sound like the lid of a sarcophagus sliding off, the lock is unlocked.
Last time I heard something make this noise, a lich stepped out and he hung out in my campsite, summoning followers for the next bit.
Is my vigilance bar is going off as I open this door?
No.
I open the door and hold my bottle forward.
The light of Kenzie's bottle shines on another door about a foot away from the previous. This door likewise has a large lock on it, but it doesn't have any room for a key. What it does appear to have is a 10 by 10 grid of small squares. It looks as though a picture had been cut up and slid around.
Oh god. Oh god, one of these puzzles. I'm so bad at them in real life. Please, please tell me I don't have to solve one in real life.
No, I'm not going to make you do that.
Thank god. These are my absolute freaking kryptonite in games, I gotta tell you. I inevitably make them so much harder. I guess this is where we throw an intelligence plus academics roll at this? Kenzie, you know how to read.
That would work, yes, at a -5.
Can I do dexterity plus academics? Since this is a slide puzzle?
You know what? I'll allow that.
It's more about spatial than anything.
Minerva, are you able to help?
Dex plus academics? Yes.
That would be a dice pool of 8.
Yep.
I don't want Aunt Minerva solving every puzzle in the dungeon. Then we're just here as an escort quest.
It's a dice pool of 11 because they have an academics library, yeah?
That's true.
Why don't I assist Minerva then?
I mean, if you want.
What's your dexterity plus academics dice pool?
With a -5? 4.
Oh, I forgot the -5.
That's true.
So,
They'll have a 6 after that, I believe you said.
Alrighty. Make your rolls, everyone.
So, Lex, you're assisting Minerva?
Yeah, I'll assist Minerva. 1 success.
okay. And I don't believe this is going to be one. Yeah, no, it's not worth Kit and helping out with this one. What about?
This is just a puzzle, right? It's
Mhm.
just a puzzle?
Yeah.
Mundane.
I'm not
Yep,
going to
just a
be
puzzle.
helping too much, but I do have a single dot in academics, which means that I have positive rolls on this. And...
Oh shoot, I forgot to add my 3 dice for teamwork.
Oh well. That's fucking teamwork. So, plus my bonus minus my bonus, here's the best I can do. I can't help you.
So this is a mundane action to investigate Fae, right?
I'm not giving you a specialty on this one.
No,
It's a puzzle.
no. If this is in regards to a mundane role to investigate the Fae, I add my mantle to it.
Oh, yeah, that I'll allow.
And so does Magistra.
Yep. So that is going to be 6. Okay, 4, and then okay. So I believe everybody has rolled at this point.
Yes. Unless Bob's helping.
Oh, let me roll for Bob.
5 dice. There's no way we can sell this any better.
At a -5 penalty, that means Bob is rolling a...
Don't roll a chance die. Don't roll a chance die.
I'm not sorry. I'm messed up. I forgot the -5. Let me re-roll that. So I'm actually contributing 1 roll to this. Sorry. Hey, 1 success.
Better than I did.
Kenzie's 1 success, I would like to imagine, is just her leaning over and going, hey, that's supposed to be a picture.
2. So it looks like 2 extra to that, if I'm reading this correctly.
I think so, yes.
Grand total of +2.
+2. Okay. -5 is 3. Plus their mental, which is 3. So just base stats is the net. So All right. So, Dex, academics 8 plus plus library is 11. Hey, 5 successes.
Way to go!
Fucking teamwork.
That's fucking teamwork.
All right. Together, the group of you are able to help Minerva slide the tiles until they make a picture of a sigil. Uh, Crossed quills over a book. The sigil shines briefly for a moment, and the puzzle lock disappears.
I take a picture before it disappears.
Sure.
All right, so we open the door. I go first because, again, I'm the one who's most able to take a hit in this group.
Elliot opens the door and roughly a foot or so away finds a third door. This door appears to be entirely made of gold with the sigil carved on it. At the center, where the quills meet, there is a golden face carved into the door. At, you can recognize the visage of the Lord of Tales, its eyes shut.
Boy, this sure isn't spooky as fuck.
All right. Does it seem to react or anything like that? Or,
React to what?
To us walking in.
yeah.
Fair enough. Uh, as you take a few steps forward, the golden mask opens its eyes. Who are you that would enter this chamber? It says.
An interesting character. Finding more of their story.
I I step forward a little bit and invoke the entitlement or my entitlement as a searcher of stories.
All right. The mask pauses for a moment, and then continues speaking. This place is most secret. Why should I let you in?
Because it makes a better story if the door opens.
All right. Make a presence plus persuasion roll at a -5, please.
I'm
I
sorry,
will
guys,
assist.
but this is the best bat I got for the rest of
Yeah.
this. Anybody helping me out today? And if you
I
need
am.
to, you can steal my stats.
Um,
That's 3 for you.
I I don't actually think it's worth me um helping out on this one actually.
Okay.
Um,
I don't think Minerva's much of a talker.
let's see
Nope.
here.
No. Composure 4, manipulation 1, presence 1. Minerva is quiet. And at a -5, Bob is out of the running.
Yeah.
So that's just you and me and all of my bonuses. Okay. My traditional bonuses devoured by the penalty, but Lex's bonus comes on through. Thank you, Kenzie. All right. Heaven or hell. 3 successes.
The mask thinks about it for a moment and then closes its eyes. Yes, that would make a better story, wouldn't it? It opens its mouth and freezes. The jaw appears to be a handle.
I reach forward and pull it, half expecting it to close around my wrist.
The third door grinds open. Within, you finally see a small room. This room is, if anything, almost more barren than everywhere else around it. There is nothing here at all except a plinth of granite upon which rests a small but elaborate gold antique box, uh, carved and filigreed with the crossed quills and book sigil.
So, am I opening the box or are you opening the scary box?
Do I detect any traps?
Yes,
It's trapped.
Of course it is. So, are we going to eat the trap or are we going to try and disarm it? This has probably got all of the magical wards ever on it.
Can you
I have
investigate the trap, Tibbs?
I have a funny idea. All right. So I'm going to back out for a second and find one of the mundane books and toss it in on into there and see if I can like knock the book that's on that is on the little pedestal.
Basically, you're trying to trigger the traps with something that isn't an arm, is what I'm getting
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, and of course I'm going to tell everybody what I'm doing so they back out.
Can you investigate it first? Just in case it damages the book that we're trying to get.
All right.
Sometimes we do need to throw dice at things, and you are pretty good at those dice.
All right. Wits plus investigation. Would this be wits plus investigation or wits plus cult?
wits plus occult.
Which cult? That cult.
Would you like
All
assistance?
right. If you like.
Might as well. This is
Hey,
definitely...
welcome, Raiders from Wander's Haven.
Hi,
Wander's Haven.
Wander's Haven. Thank you for coming to join us. We're right in the middle of looking at an obviously trapped, very expensive thing at the end of a dungeon. And we're trying to see if we can figure out what magical traps are on it before we get ourselves killed. Let's see how that goes. Right now, I'm assisting with that roll.
Okay. Actually, let me probably bring memory on this. Wits plus occult is going to be a 7, 10. Great. Okay. Okay, so we got 2, 3, 7. It's 13, 18, 23, 26. Let's go hog wild on this. All right. 13 successes to you.
Jesus Christ.
For those of you playing at home and just joining us, 1 success is usually enough to be good at something. 5 successes is an exceptional success, usually something like a crit success for people used to D20 systems. 13 successes is far too many.
It's absurd, yes. And excessive.
So, was it you or Minerva that you had make the final roll?
That was me.
All right. Kit gives the box a thorough looking over. What he notices is that written on the box in an incredibly small hand is the following words. By opening this box, you hereby swear to stay in place until retrieved.
Does it specify who has to retrieve me?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Quick question. You guys are ready to run?
Kenzie's always ready to run.
All right. Elliot could not be more ready for this if he tried. Elliot smiles and pulls his duffel bag off of his back and unfolds his best friend, the little e-scooter that has come to life here in the hedge. He pats him on his head, gives him a snack, which consists of meat gristle and half-charged dead batteries. Don't think about it too much. A horrible tongue comes out and takes it from his hand and pulls it into what is apparently a mouth now. He climbs over, grabs the box, and opens it up.
All right, Elliot. Not Elliot. Yeah, Elliot. I would like you to roll stamina plus survival, please.
I have dice. I have dice. You could have never guessed whose this was going to be. So... I think I'm going to take the shot at re-rolling this rather than giving myself extra dice. Re-rolling. 1 success. I am at 1 weird. Hi there. So, Kenny. I am surrounded by people I would call my friends, and somebody had to do something incredibly dangerous to go forward. Would you let me recover willpower for friendship here?
Makes sense to me.
Thank you.
Elliot opens the box. immediately he feels the weight of a great will upon his shoulders. Elliot's muscles and joints lock into place. No attempt to move them from his part can make him move even a solitary millimeter.
Get me out, get me out, get me
I
out.
grab him and pull.
Get me out, get me out.
All right, if you're gonna pull here,
May I actually
I
request that someone else do the pulling because they're stronger than you are?
Isn't Kinsey pretty strong?
They're not as strong as the person I have in mind.
Bob,
Rocinante, please rescue me.
your scooter.
Yes, he's got some actually substantial stats for hauling people around. I finally have.
All right, in that case, it would be a strength plus athletics at a -5.
They mount.
Yeah.
All right. So that's page 113. Sorry, I should have all of these stats everywhere, but this is a lot of stuff to keep on hand. All right, so athletics of 4 and a strength of 5, minus what you said?
5.
All right. Anyone willing to assist, or are we...
yes, Bob can assist, and so can I.
Is
This is definitely within Bob's wheelhouse.
I'm sorry, I blanked out for a second there. What was the dice pool?
Strength plus athletics.
If you don't have 6 dice, don't roll.
Okay, and
Minus
that was
5.
-5. Okay. I place my hand on his shoulder and simply say, "Elliot, I'm retrieving you."
All right, let's continue this roll.
All right. No, I didn't help out. And Minerva.
There's
Strength
no way.
plus. You said strength plus athletics?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. No, they have. Oh wait. My -5. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
So that's 2. Okay. Yeah. No.
Holy shit.
No. That's okay.
Doesn't have to be. So, 3 successes added, I believe.
Yep, 2 from Bob, 1 from me.
All right. Come on, Rocinante. Save my... Rocinante tries again.
Hey, 2 successes.
The Motley lines up to begin pulling Elliot free. At this point, right when the pulling is set to begin, that is when Kit has the idea to lay his hand on Elliot's shoulder and state that he is retrieving him. Elliot's joints unlock just in time to be pulled roughly by a rough tongue as hard as the entire motley can pull.
Okay, so which of my limbs has just been pulled out of socket?
The motley plus Minerva fall in a heap just outside the chamber that you had made your way into. The box skitters across the floor.
Oh, wait. It got out of my hands?
You just fell into a great big pile.
God damn it. Okay. That's not happening. Fuck. Dex plus athletics? Catch that pigeon? Somebody want an animal, Ken? I don't know.
I have an idea.
You're going to try to catch it?
Yes.
All right, I'll allow you to try to catch it mid-fall.
Dex plus athletics.
I'd like to pitch Dex plus Animal Ken.
For what?
It's skittering.
It's a library. There's cats here. There's mice here. The box itself is skittering.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Yes. This is why I love Changeling.
Remember, kids, just because it doesn't make sense doesn't mean it doesn't make sense. Holy crap!
I am the
Kenzie.
saint of cats.
Kenzie coming to the rescue, pulling all of our asses out of the fire. Well
Kenzie's
done.
able to grab the box before it gets too far away.
Okay.
What's in
How
the
much
box?
space?
We opened
How much
it.
space?
What was that, Kit?
No.
What's in the box? We opened it.
I know, I heard that, but I didn't hear what Kit was saying.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
The inside of the box is covered in luxurious red velvet with a silk pillow at the bottom. On top of this sits a roll of parchment, roughly as thick as your arm, and tied up with a golden red silk ribbon, with a wax seal on it, also bearing the book in crossed quills sigil.
All right. We are going to take the contents of the box out of the box and stop managing the box.
Well,
Because the box will keep trying to run, but I don't think the contents will.
so I have a question for you,
Yes?
Kinsey. You think we can survive without Bob for a little bit?
What are you going to do with Bob?
Send him and the contents of the box to the hammer space to get it back to the hollow quickly.
Not just the hollow, but straight out into the real world. This needs to hit Ironside immediately.
Yeah.
Also, we need to hit Ironside immediately. I don't want to be here anymore.
Yep. I mean, yeah. I mean,
I don't think we
Yeah.
can fit through any of the portals we have to this thing, but Bob absolutely could.
What? I mean, we have 3 doorways right here.
yeah.
I don't think you can open a hedge gate in the hedge.
We're not opening a hedge gate. We're opening a real world gate.
Oh,
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So
let's turn
I'm
one of these doors into a way back into real life. Let's just do that. That's the
Yeah.
most straightforward thing to do. Oh,
Do we know if the cow got here yet?
we need to check on that so we don't all die. So how about one of us goes and handles that negotiation, and the others get out of here with the prize. I hate to say this, Kit. One, you signed on to this. 2,
Yep.
if it comes down to running, you're the best equipped.
Yep.
Pop your buffs. See you in a bit.
Yep.
I'm going to open a hedge gate on the first of the doors. And simply leave the hedge.
Bear with us for just a moment. Void has a idea.
Yes, let's pause for a moment. I'm going to grab a drink real quick. Sorry.
Hello, everyone. Kazu would like everyone to know that he is, in fact, a cat.
This is concerning.
What's that?
The fact that he is a cat.
Hmm. I mean, you did say that Jeff did say he wanted to pause for a moment.
And cats have 4 of those.
That's that for them.
And this means that Jeff might also be a cat.
I do apologize. So, just
Jeff, are you or have you ever been a cat?
That depends.
All right, so what do we got going on with Void here?
So,
I'm waiting a moment just to see.
All right. This says a gaudy signature cocktail with gold flakes and ginger.
Absolutely. In fact, we can have that selling at my brand new bar very shortly.
I can dig it.
I love that.
And trust me, it's gonna be gaudy on my brand new bar.
All right. So, now that we're back in the flow of things, Elliot opens a hedge gate. Kit heads to the front.
Yep.
All right. Make your rolls, Elliot, I believe. Do you have to roll for to open a hedge gate? I don't remember.
I'm
don't
going
believe
to
so.
octuple check, but I believe it's
Actually-
just spend the glamour.
Yeah, you're right. I remember now. Sorry.
But they already know that we're here, so there's no point in trying to hide it.
We have absolutely tripped off so many alarms.
Elliot opens a door from the hedge into the mortal world, and steps out into a crowded storage area of the library basement. There is definitely room for the 4 of you here, but not a whole lot. You push your way past various bits of furniture and cleaning implements.
We make our way out of this building as fast as our legs can carry us.
So that would be. So is Kit the only person staying behind for the moment?
For the moment.
I fear that this is a job he has left to been doing alone.
Mm-hmm.
Contact
Oh.
us if you need help getting a cow where you are.
Do you want me to stay and help negotiate? Or do you need me?
All right, Kit, since you are the only one staying behind, roll me a chance die, please.
Nope. Nope. That's a failure.
All right. Kit picks his way back through the library. The dread stacks is dark and lonely when you're the only person here. The bottle of light still shines its cold silver glow. Kit finally makes his way onto the path towards the front door, worn by the Lindworm. After taking a few steps forward, he feels something cold and rigid touch his spine. I think you will do just fine as a bargaining chip. I believe your Motley would be willing to hand it over in return for your safety. Kit recognizes the voice immediately. The bespectacled gentleman clears his throat. Do you think That is fair.
I turn and and um I turn to face him. You're intruding in someone's home. Do you have do you have permission to be here?
The gentleman narrows his eyes behind his glasses, looking at Kit in frustration. Your motley came to rob my master.
We came to investigate a place of interest, and we got permission to from the resident here to do so.
A squatting serpent.
It doesn't matter that this used to belong to your master. This is his residence. This is his home. I'm pretty sure occupation is more important than a deed.
The gentleman scoffs. Be that as it may, our Lord has been watching from the moment you stepped in here.
Hmm?
He wants his contract back.
Get permission to be here, and then we'll talk.
The gentleman frowns. You can tell that he's getting legitimately angry. We can do this the simple way or the hard way.
No,
You
we're
can
gonna do this. We're going to do this the right way, and that requires you to get permission.
The gentleman bites his lip in frustration and leaps towards you, cane held aloft.
I bolt.
All right. In this case, let's make this a opposed roll.
Yep.
Dexterity plus athletics against his strength plus weaponry.
Okay. And let's see here. So that is 8. Okay. Um,
If I may make a suggestion,
hmm.
you are under the Lindworm's protection here, and you are being assaulted by his
Yes,
bargain.
I am getting to that. I am getting to that.
My apologies.
Okay.
Reading ahead in the script. My apologies.
I lost where I was. I'm sorry. Three successes.
Right, bear with me just a moment. Kit makes his way past the bespectacled gentleman and rushes out the door of the dread stacks, the huntsman running after him at his heels. I know that your speed is through the roof, so there's no point in making that a roll at the moment.
Mhm.
You can definitely outrun him.
And as I as I as I'm going, I'm yelling for the Lindworm in and using all the proper honorifics and stuff like that that would that he would appreciate.
Kit runs by, screaming for the Lindworm at the top of his voice. The snake springs into action and cuts off the bespectacled gentleman. Hello there, the Lindworm hisses. You have business with my meal tickets? Then you have business with me.
Yes!
The gentleman howls in frustration as he picks up his cane and lunges at the snake.
So, Kit, you might want to look around and see if there's a remnants of a dead cow about here.
Yeah. Do I see leftovers?
Yes, you see a couple of hooves on the ground.
Bail! Bail like you've never bailed before.
Yeah.
There is nothing here of value for you.
Yeah, I express my appreciation briefly while I'm running.
Yes!
All right. Here, I'm actually going to ask you to tell me about your speed. What's your speed rating?
I imagine you've done all your buffs.
You're muted.
That is, I'm at 18 before my buffs.
Have you done your buffs? You have been running.
Yes, yes. And if you'll give me a moment to do some math, I will let you know.
The methamphetamines.
Okay, so the you speed by. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, the flicker flash thing comes first.
I believe so.
So that is going to be on 110 of Kith and Kin. I'm sorry, I should just really just like save this number somewhere. Okay. Does triple my speed. Okay, so 18 times 3, that's 54, plus 10 from Talent and Waiting. No, Suddenly Bleed. So at 64, and then Talon and Wing, if I'm not mistaken. Lost 147 on Wing, and that's another 10 from that. And I am immune to fatigue. So I'm at a speed of 74 right now.
All right. That means within the space of 6 seconds, you're able to get through, you said 74?
Yes.
That's 74 meters. Within the space of 6 seconds, you're able to get back to the hedge gate into the archives of the lead library, out of the archives, up the stairs, and out of the lead library within that 6-second space of time.
Which is faster than me, so when I see him bolt through, I close the gate behind him.
I was gonna say something, but considering that you would have been that uh, you and Elliot came out of a hedge gate nearby into another area of the basement, it would make sense that you would be able to get here within that much time.
And we
So,
were
okay.
directly heading that way.
Okay.
So are you going into the basement to close the, I mean, not into the basement, into the stacks to close the hedge gate? Because you were
Ab-
not in the stacks.
Absolutely. We are definitely doing that.
All right. What's your speed?
Oh, these are not as incredibly sexy numbers. 9. And I don't think I can ride my e-scooter in here.
Kenzie?
12.
Kenzie's doing it, I guess.
All right. Roll dexterity plus athletics. The Lindworm can only keep the bespectacled gentleman at bay for so long.
Three successes.
Damn it.
Kinsey makes it to the hedge gate. Uh, right as Kinsey makes to close it, Kinsey can hear an angry serpentine yell. A cane slips through, keeping the door from shutting. I suppose, says the bespectacled gentleman, one hostage is as good as another. The door bounces open as the bespectacled gentleman pushes his way into the basement.
Okay, excellent. The hedge gate is still open, correct?
Yes.
I would like to do dexterity plus larceny.
4.
Hedge spinning.
So you're going to go into the hedge gate so you can do this?
I've got 1 foot in the hedge gate.
You can hedge spin on the hedge side.
Is he fully in the real world?
I mean, he stepped through.
Gonna try and sneak past him and just close it from the other end?
Well, I mean, initially I was going to turn his cane into just a cane, like a candy cane. But
You are pretty good at sneaking. So if you want a dexterity plus stealth to get through the gate and close it behind him, that I will allow.
yeah, I'll do that.
You're also the best at navigating the hedge among all of us, so you could probably get home that way. And we're getting chased by him instead of his master, so it's not just safer on this side. He's going to probably chase us.
May I say that it's dexterity plus subterfuge to fake him out on which direction I'm going?
Sure, that makes sense.
Okay.
God, I'm panicking.
Mhm.
11 successes.
All right, Kenzie, narrate this.
Kenzie takes a quick step to the left, making like she's going to try and dodge him to the left, and she ducks under his arm and to the right, going into the hedge gate and sealing it behind him.
Congratulations. You're back in the area of the hedge surrounding the dread stacks. The lindworm is lying on the ground. It appears to be alive, but one of its fangs has been cracked off.
I don't think you should sit here and chat.
It doesn't appear to be awake at the moment, however.
Well, this is a magical area. So I would like to bind its tooth back on with a band-aid made of thorns and then leave.
Head spinning? That sounds like wits plus...
Empathy?
Wits plus medicine.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, Kenzie has dice for medicine?
I do. I have one.
Kenzie's able to affix the lindworm's fang back on. So
You keep
what?
getting hurt. I thought it was needed.
So what is your next move, Kenzie?
I go back to the hollow and get out from there.
All right, I'm going to require some hedge navigation from you.
I don't remember the roll for that.
Give me a moment. I'm pulling it up.
It's a standard chase, so I believe it can be basically anything that makes sense for navigating the hedge.
All right. So, you are deep in the thorns here. Let's start the chase. The hedge is going to have the edge. So, the dice pool that is being set here will be a basic dexterity plus athletics. I'm going to put the number of successes at 10.
Four.
3. You've outrolled the hedge. The thorns of the hedge are thick and hardy, but you're able to navigate through, picking your way through areas of safe ground. You have the edge, and you get to set the dice pool.
I'd like to do dexterity plus empathy.
All right.
Dang.
Kenzie finds their way onto a trod. taking them directly on a short directly to the hollow that Motley has carved out together via a shortcut. This cuts quite a lot of traveling time off.
I'd like to say that Kenzie didn't bother running. She just walked along and talked to the thorns the entire way.
All right.
Sounds like you, honestly.
So the other two of you, Elliot and Kit.
Yes.
While this has been going on, what have you been doing?
Running. We need to get out of this building.
All right.
While we are still inside, can you run like a person?
Yeah, there's nothing saying that if I run normally, it stops. So
Yeah, just match speed with me for a minute.
as soon as we get outside, I'm booking it to the trailer park.
I pull a piece of rope out of the bag, throw it around him, and hatch a ride on my e-scooter.
All right. So, as the two of you decide what you're going to do and begin your escape, the gentleman comes up through up the basement stairs. You can just barely see him through the door, but you're certain he's seen you. Chase time for you guys too.
Everyone gets a chase. And you get a chase. And you get a chase.
We'll call safety at 10. Right now, you've got the edge. Can you set the dice pool, please?
Yes. Well, I mean, let's Dex plus athletics. Just hauling ass and dodging around, having to weave and dodge around obstacles as we run.
Alrighty, dexterity plus athletics. Make your roll.
Can I use, since we are outside, can I use my vehicles instead?
If you wish.
Thank you.
Make your rolls.
Okay. So this is something that I'm kind of confused about with the chase here. Do I get bonuses or do they get penalties because of the difference in speed?
No.
So mechanically, there's no difference in a chase regarding my speed.
Yeah, a chase is basically an extended roll race.
Okay. Three successes.
Four. Elliot?
Just a second. My apologies. So that's going to be Dex plus Athletics.
Oh, actually, they do. I have fleet of foot, so they take a -3 penalty to their on a foot chase.
You know what? That's correct. So I'm going to re-roll.
No, that's on me.
No, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay.
So I believe that has us both tied for the edge. I will happily hand it off to you.
The Fey mount and the flicker flash speed help you stay ahead of the bespectacled gentleman. He is running far faster than anyone should be able to run. You guys make it out onto the street off of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas campus. Now you are on the street with cars coming from both directions. Who has the edge? And set, if whoever has it, set the dice pool.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave that in your gentle hands, my dude.
Um.
May I do something since I, the person, am not rolling?
Yep. What you got?
I
Oh,
would like
sorry.
to interfere with the gentleman since I am riding a vehicle that is doing its own steering.
Sure.
Um, I am possession of our opening to our little package here, which has alcohol. I have crafts, and I believe we put oil in there. I would like to make something sticky or awful to interfere with his ability to follow us.
Sure, I'll allow that.
Basically, I want to oil slick this motherfucker. Wits plus crafts since we're in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
2 successes.
All right, I'll give him a -1 penalty.
Hoorah!
All right, so Kit, you had the edge, correct? What's the dice pool?
Um. So we're on a campus. We're on a campus.
Street.
Right. So I am going to say.
Yeah, I said you were on the street.
Street. Okay. I mean, do you want to just keep going with what we're doing? The Dex and
I don't see a reason why not to.
yeah.
We've all got decent rolls for that.
All right, then make your rolls.
Right.
4 successes.
2 successes.
Two successes. So what's your total at? The
I'm
target number is 10.
I'm at 5, I believe.
I'm at
7.
yeah.
And the gentleman is at 4.
Yeah, I'm at 7.
So what's the penalty? We forgot to set that.
I said a -1 penalty.
No. For losing the chase each
Oh
round.
yeah, that's right. That's true.
Right.
He's lost twice.
Okay.
We're in traffic. How about a leg rack? He got hit by a car. We're
Yes.
weaving in and out of traffic.
Yeah. Sure.
All right, as you dodge and duck and weave out of traffic, a car turning to the right hits the gentleman, knocking him back a dozen meters and injuring his leg.
I think that's great. So I believe you still have the edge, Tibbs.
Yes.
Kit. So
Do we want to do more of the same, or do we want to change it up?
I think more of the same role wise, just because it means that Elliot's able to act freely. Because I can leave this to a dumb animal to do the rolling for me.
Yeah.
If it's all the same to you. And so my thoughts here are for the penalty. We're in the center of the city, and you know how like the big tall buildings, when you're going between them, they get that kind of wind tunnel effect. I believe there is a tilt that is essentially that you're moving against the wind or something like that. I swear I remember this.
I think isn't that like headwind or something like that?
Yeah, headwind.
What page is that on?
I'm grabbing it. I'm so sorry. I'm running as fast as I can.
Oh, there it is. Heavy winds.
Heavy winds, that's what it was. Okay, yeah, give him heavy wind. This if if uh if he fails.
Yep. Whoever. That's not shattering to us if we fail, but if it gets him, it's going to keep stacking those penalties.
All right, make those rolls.
Four.
What the fuck? 5.
Okay, so that gets me over the 10.
As does me.
All right. As the three of you make your way down the highways towards the Autumn Courts trailer park, uh, Elliot pulls ahead and manages to arrive first. Uh, the gentleman is in close pursuit, but several blocks away. Uh, the effect of the winds from the buildings that you had been running between, uh, coupled with his injured leg, brings him down. Uh, he rolls into the street, into getting ran over by a car. A small pileup begins as another car rams into the first, and a third, and a fourth.
This is not our fault.
The two of you arrive at the Autumn Courts trailer park, none the worse for wear. It appears that the gentleman is no longer in pursuit.
So, let's go knock on Agatha's door.
I'm gonna call before we do that. I'm gonna call Minerva.
Good point. She has long since left.
Yeah.
They were
we can,
chasing specifically us, so
yes.
yeah.
Once we're in a position of safety, I'm going to check in on Minerva.
Yeah, you're right, called it. Good for her. Minerva made all the correct decisions on bailing on us, and I would not have asked anything else of her. In fact, I would have insisted.
Yeah.
All right, so you are the two of you still going to see Agatha?
Once we have a status on how Minerva is, make sure they're safe. If not, then I'm going to turn around and
Go
deal
fix
with
that.
and
Yeah.
go fix that.
A quick text message to Minerva confirms that she is in fact back on the iron side and deep within the freehold for the night.
Well, let's go bring this to Agatha, because for once in my fucking life, I'm not gonna get yelled at for not telling them about the crazy shit we did immediately.
Exactly.
For once in our fucking life.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're gonna go knock on a trailer park, or a trailer door.
Can I meet them there?
No reason why you couldn't. You got a car.
Sure, let's say that you've driven there, and around the time that the two of you are there, Kenzie arrives in the car.
Hi, Kenzie. Been an exciting night.
All right, let's go ruin Agatha's day.
We are pretty good at that, aren't we?
Yeah.
The sun has long since set, so the three of you go to knock on the door to Agatha's office.
Yeah.
Listen, if she wants to get mad at us for waking her, like, I'm going to tell her I don't know how to make her happy at that point.
The three of you knock on the door. After a few moments, Agatha answers the door, opening it up and saying, "Oh, it's you three.
So,
How can I help you?"
so you remember how last time we did something really weird and dramatic and kind of dangerous? You got very angry that we didn't come and tell you right away.
She narrows her eyes. Yes.
We're
We
learning.
we came right away and we haven't even looked at it yet. Behold, the Lord of Tales contract.
You get out the parchment and wave it in Agatha's face. Her eyes go wide and she screams, "What did you do?" And let's close out here for the night.
I love it.
Yes! Agatha's got that real. Why, whenever there's trouble, is it always you three?
All right, so let's go over everyone's aspirations.
I'll go first. I believe that we made some tales tonight.
Yep,
We
this is quite a
explored the dread
story.
stacks.
Likewise, yep.
We irritated a fey creature.
Several.
I befriended a hob.
The group of you did, so that counts.
And I tried something very sane.
What?
You ran
I
when
used-
the dangerous thing was happening.
Oh yeah, that's so much better than what I was going to say. I was going to say I used hedge medicine on a snake tooth.
Well, I'll give you that. Who's next?
Take a look. It's in a book. We did. We took a look. We found what was in the book.
All right.
Get out with all my limbs. As far as I'm aware, all of our friends escaped, as did I, completely undamaged. I'm feeling pretty good about that one.
That's true.
Close the book. This was all in examining, trying to understand the Lord of Tales, so obviously progress towards fighting him.
Yes.
Diffuse the time bomb. I think, if I understand correctly, step and clear, because we have, through ways and means, gotten Will into a positive clarity path and possibly reconnected him with his touchstone.
Yep, I'll give you that.
And achieve the old dream. Step, and I think we're pretty close to clearing next week when we open up a new bar on the rooftop of this place as soon as we take one off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Tibbs, you are
All right.
muted.
Always muted. All right. Find a warm place in winter. I would say I've taken a step towards that. With Will on the mend regarding his mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Dredged the dread. I'd say I took progress towards that.
Mm-hmm.
And pull myself together.
We investigated a place with an awful lot of icons. We just didn't happen to find yours there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you a point for that.
Alrighty. Alright. And that's me. And I come up with a couple more aspirations.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for being with us tonight. Thank you very much for coming out. Before we head out, just let you know, as I mentioned frequently, Onyx Path Game Night is the last Friday of the month. If you're interested, there's some information here at on the FAQ, and you can also join the Discord. Well, thank you all, everybody. We've got 4 more sessions remaining until the end of this season and this game. thank you for coming out. We're always happy to see everyone who comes out to join us.
And if you're
Uh,
just joining us, hit the YouTube. Watch how we got here. It was a wild ride.
all right, well, thanks again, everybody, and have a good night.